Hi everyone and welcome to the Beastmasters Dojo. In this video we are going to talk about a little bit about normalization and how we can implement normalization data services as part of our software asset management implementation. So what is normalization? If we talk about it in general terms, normalization is basically the process of organizing the data in a database, and it also makes our database more flexible by eliminating redundancy and inconsistent dependencies here and there. Now, a beautiful example of this could be, for example, my company table is having uh, data related to Microsoft, but the company name is somewhere mentioned as Microsoft. In a couple of other places it is mentioned as Microsoft Corporation, and in some other places it is mentioned as Microsoft XYZ Private Limited, so and so. So it basically normalizes that whole data into just one normalized value, so that if we are referring to the company table anywhere, it picks up the normalized value name as just Microsoft, not the other XYZ values, which gives us a bad impression whether it belongs to the same organization or a different organization. Now coming to the plugin part. So we will be implementing this with the help of a normalization data services plugin. So this plugin helps us to maintain the consistency for table field that refer to a company name. Now if you're planning to normalize the data not only for the company field but some other fields as part of your not only SAM implementation but some other implementation, then there is another plugin called field services. So that can also be used. But before implementing and setting up the normalization data services plugin, you need to make sure whether the normalization has already been set up via the field normalization plugin. So if I go to the all configuration in the field normalization, I can see whether anything was set up in the past or not. So here I can see that some values were normalized for computer table, then few others were normalized for user table, and then there's one normalization as an example, which is basically a demo data in my personal instance, was done for the company table as well. So before implementing this normalization data services plugin, just make sure you are reviewing everything that is mentioned in the field normalization plugin with reference to the core underscore company table, because you would not want to override what was previously developed. So it's a good practice to make sure that you are not implementing the same thing again. So the basic difference between the two is field normalization plugin configuration is more of a manual configuration, which you need to do manually by adding the normalized values and creating certain rules. And when we talk about the normalization data services plugin, it is more of an automated thing via a guided setup. So let's see how we can do that. So here I am within the guided setup of normalization data services plugin. Let's click on get started. So plugin is active. Let's mark it as complete. Now let's click on start download, and it can take up to maximum of 1 hour as mentioned in the text message in the pop-up. So let's wait a couple of seconds or minutes and see how much time it is going to take. Okay, so finally it is completed now, and we can simply close this dialog box. And the next step is to update the reference qualifiers. Let's click on configure. So here I can see there are a total of 2280 reference qualifiers that need to be updated. So ServiceNow might not be able to update all of them by default. We will have to interfere manually once this update process is complete. So let's click on start update for now and see how it goes. Okay, so ServiceNow has completed the update process in the backend, and out of 2280 reference qualifiers, ServiceNow could not update for 1430. So we will have to manually take care of this, and how we will exactly do that is, and no need to be afraid of just by looking at the numbers here, because most of them are having a parent-child relationship when it comes to the tables or the fields. So I think the number is not more than 10 or 20, or maybe a max to max 25 or 30 in the back end. It's just that in the front end it looks like 1439. So let's see how we can do that. So I'll try to open this one in a new tab. So okay, it says vendor is 2, the reference is company. So I want to update this one, and the only thing that we need to do over here is add another condition that says normalized is true. I'm going to click on update now, and we also need to make sure we are looking at the right count. So I will add another condition over here that says maybe add another column in the list view that says condition, because we need to exclude everything that where we have added normalization condition, like normalizes to. Okay, what's the backend name we are looking at? Okay, it is reference qualifier condition. I was just searching via the name condition. So let's add this to the list view and click on OK. So the backend name of normalized field is canonical equals to 2. Does not contains because it would mean the normalization is set as 2. Okay. Now let's take a look at another record. This is one such example where I was referring to something called clone descendant element, where if we update one, the rest which are cloned will be taken care automatically. So let's go to the editable element, and we need to add a condition over here, and it is already updated, so we don't need to worry about that one as well. So let's close this. Maybe we need to reload the form, and you can see it is already updated because we updated the parent one already. After updating two more, the count has come down to 9. So let's take a look at these as well. I'll do it quickly in the back end. Okay, so we are done now, and I guess overall the number of reference qualifiers that I've updated manually accounts to 9 plus 6, total 18 or 19 that I've manually updated, which took care of around 1439 reference qualifiers. We just needed to add that normalization condition, whether normalized is true or not, and it just works fine. And now we can close this dialog box, and we can mark this task as complete. And our next step is to go to normalization properties and select whatever we want to and exclude the others. Okay, I would want this one. So this is for manufacturer names. Normalize, let's click yes on this. I want Discovery to use the normalization service for manufacturer name, that's true. So I want to enable the normalization API, and I want to normalize the existing core company record. So let's save these property values. So properties are updated. I can also close and mark this as complete. Now the next step is to normalize configuration items. Let's click on configure. And now I want to normalize the data in the CMDB. Oh, this was quick. So normalized manufacturers are updated in the CMDB, which we can verify by going to any of the CMDB tables and looking at the company or manufacturer field values. So I can mark this one as complete as well. Now go to normalize configuration items, and let's click on update. Since this is just a PDI and there is not much data, it is not taking enough time. There is only demo data available in the instance, so I guess that's the reason it is being done very quickly. But we can review a couple of records once we are done setting it up. So this is done too. Now I would want to normalize software asset management. Let's click on configure, and let's normalize the data present in all the software asset management tables. And the below list also shows us what exactly is being normalized. So this is complete as well. So the following fields are normalized. So this is the whole list, like manufacturer, publisher, manufacturer, and so on. All these fields on all these tables and fields are like normalized for different parts of the plugins. Like this is for the foundation data, then this one for the professional core, and so on. And if I mark this activity as complete as well, then my normalization data services plugin setup is complete now. Now let's review some information in the company table, like how the normalized data appears and what it actually looks like inside the system. So let me search for the around 57,000 company records in this core underscore company table. So let me search with, let's say, Oracle. So you can see there are so many names, like total around 9 different values are present, which contains Oracle in the word in the name field. But if you see over here, not everything is normalized. So this one is normalized when it comes to Oracle. Let's open this one. And there are a total of like 322 mappings with this company name, and the common normalized name for all those mappings is Oracle. Also, let's take a look at some of the data in the configuration item table. So I've added a filter of Oracle. So all the configuration items, like almost around 5020 that appears in this table, they should only show the name as Oracle, because that is the normalized name for all the other names that were present, because the normalized name for all those different names is Oracle only. So even if I do let's say group by on the manufacturer field, when the manufacturer is Oracle, it should only show me only one, because as part of the guided setup we have also updated the normalized name in the configuration item tables as well. Okay, so this looks good. Thank you so much for watching. This is how we can set up the normalization data services plugin. Bye bye.